What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, I think it was pretty clear to a lot of Marvel fans that during the Multiverse saga, when Marvel Studios started bringing back older actors and characters from other cinematic universes, that the door was left wide open for it to happen one more time. And during Avengers Secret Wars, no matter when you played a Marvel character, that's your last hurrah before we enter the soft reboot, reset timelines of the MCU, starting with Phase 7. But given that first round of chair cast announcements for Avengers Doomsday, obviously it's going to be starting a little sooner than Avengers Secret Wars, and if these latest reports are true, this coming from two separate sources corroborating each other, apparently Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man will be joining the fray. We're breaking it all down, where these two reports came from in the last 48 hours, what they're saying about the actor on set and actually filming, and speculate as to which role or film this could actually be. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button, we do daily Marvel content at the channel. That's all we do. Thanks to everyone who's been subbing lately and helped grow the channel. If you haven't already, I would just kindly invite you to do so. It's the #1 thing you can do to support us. Plus, it'll enter you for all the giveaways. If you want, stick around at the end of the video. We get into the giveaway stuff again there. Okay. So starting about 2 or 3 days ago, a small editorial called Small Screen and via the Fandom Wire posted an update that Tobey Maguire had been seen in England, and the speculation it was for filming on either Avengers Doomsday or for Spider-Man Brand New Day, both of which of course are filming over in Europe right now. But now the plot thickens. This is coming from the newest source, Unbox PhD. It's not a source we had really covered at the channel before this year, but you guys may be familiar with his work all year long on leaking major drone shots for Avengers Doomsday's set and for Spider-Man Brand New Day, although Sony went ahead and nipped that in the bud by releasing a bunch of footage themselves. Either way, he is now reporting that Tobey Maguire is in London, with the obvious connection here is that he's filming on one of these two Marvel movies. Now, I think the answer is pretty clear. Even though he showed up in Spider-Man No Way Home, I do not think Sony and Marvel want to go immediately back to that well, and by all reports, it seems like Marvel was fighting for this to be a grounded level story. It was Sony that wanted to introduce the multiverse of it all again because, well, the pressure to try to one-up what Spider-Man No Way Home was. And obviously the way you do that is by bringing Andrew or Tobey or both back for this movie, but they just did that, and at risk of just redoing the same thing, I think that they're not going to look to introduce Tobey or Andrew back into the Spider-Man story. It's going to be contained to itself. Plus, let's just admit it, even with just the confirmations and not the rumors, there are more than enough characters in this movie. There can't possibly be enough time to introduce how Tobey would come back over to the 616 and then get him involved with a story that has the Savage Hulk, the Punisher, multiple Spider-Man villains, an unknown Sadie Sink character that could easily be Gwen Stacy, and the like. So Tobey Maguire shooting on Spider-Man Brand New Day, even though their schedule is currently filming right now, I think you can rule that out. And if he is there in London right now to film on anything, it would be for Avengers Doomsday, which by all reports has wrapped principal photography on a lot of the main actors. And this is coming from the actors themselves, and because we know publicly when they move locations, has also just wrapped filming on Windsor Castle, which means they're most likely about to change major sets or move it inside to sound studios where they won't be filming anything anybody can see. And that's why Tobey Maguire is there now for that scheduling to get involved with Doomsday. Now, does that mean that Andrew Garfield will show up? Maybe, and again, I think a lot of these cameos will end up re-emerging in Avengers Secret Wars, even if Dr. Doom lands, say, in Tobey Maguire's timeline, or the Fox 10,005 timeline, or the X-Men timeline, and simply obliterates everybody. I don't know how many times we've watched Professor X die on screen. It's not permanent, and there's a reason that I bring that up, and I think that's what they're looking to do with Dr. Doom as he travels the multiverse. They want to establish him as being the powerful villain that he is, and one of the ways to do that is to see his impact on the multiverse as a whole, not just his conflict with the 616 heroes. That's why I think most likely this has got to be him traveling to Tobey Maguire's timeline in the same way he's going to go to the Fox X-Men timeline, which was basically recently teased by Channing Tatum, talking about a major battle scene between the X-Men and Dr. Doom. He hurt his leg on one of the initial takes, so it's his stunt double that's been doing a lot of the work on set, but still we know that Dr. Doom will be touching down on multiple timelines. And if you've missed our coverage of the leaks and rumors over the last week, I've speculated that not only is the 828, the Fantastic Four timeline where we last saw Dr. Doom, not his original timeline, but he's actually traveled to multiple timelines already in the MCU. His impact may have already been felt, we just don't know it already, because we know, at least right now, that there are multiple incursions that have already happened, and during Multiverse of Madness, a lot of the dialogue from the Illuminati, and especially what Clea said there at the end in the post-credit scene, seemed to point their fingers at Doctor Strange, but by all accounts, Doctor Strange may be working side by side with Doctor Doom as his sheriff, the same way he sort of was in the comics. And I don't think that you can dismiss the fact that Doctor Strange was acting, well, maybe not like himself during Spider-Man No Way Home. I think Doctor Doom may have looked at Doctor Strange as a way of wreaking havoc in the multiverse, the same way he may have looked at other characters like Wanda as well and done whatever he could, but of course, this would require his ability to go from timeline to timeline already so that he could pull the strings on these things, presumably not do it from his own timeline, which by the recent leaks and reports was destroyed by an incursion due to Steve Rogers. Now, the only other thing I'll say about this is it seems like there was a time and a place where a lot of these old Marvel actors were ready to say goodbye to their characters and had no anticipation of coming back at all, especially Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, the way that went down for both of them, not getting to complete the trilogy, not getting to make Spider-Man 4 for Tobey Maguire when they were right on the eve of that, and for other characters like Alan Cumming, who said he had a terrible time filming on the last X-Men movie, the way that Logan had already passed away in his film, Hugh Jackman had definitively said goodbye, but one by one, they all sort of came around and understood what this last chance for them to be a part of a Marvel movie might mean, not only to them, but to the fans. And I'm really stoked for really all of us when we're going to get to an Avengers Secret Wars and get to see all of these characters at the same time on screen, especially to sort of glue in the holes of characters the MCU doesn't already have, like the X-Men. And in the case of Spider-Man, having Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield roll out during Avengers Doomsday, even if Doom obliterates him, remember, infinite universes, infinite variants, getting to see all these characters go into action during Secret Wars is going to be one, if not the craziest thing we've seen from Marvel yet. I'm definitely here for it. Let me know all your thoughts down below about Tobey Maguire. Do you guys agree that it's got to be for Doomsday and not Spider-Man Brand New Day, that they wouldn't want to repeat that immediately? Let me know down in the comments quickly. Let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. Still giving away PS5s, got Wonder Man and Marvel Zombies between now and the end of the year. We'll also have giveaways for the holiday season. All you got to do to be entered to win, hit the sub button, then leave a comment down below because it's truly random. The more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. All winners will be announced at the end of videos, the same way we're doing here. Make sure to hit the notification bell with all notifications turned on to keep up with the videos. And of course, if you liked today's video, I'd appreciate it if you'd hit the like button. My name is Michael Roman. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at IamFires. Find me on all other platforms under the name All Fires with original music. And while I would sincerely appreciate you checking my music out, thanks for checking this channel out. Stick around. We'll be posting again real soon.